Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. My name is Damilola Adesoya Esquire. So today I have another interesting topic to discuss with you, which is domestic violence. So we know that domestic violence is a very, trending topic all over the world. Like people are just wanting to know the opinion about domestic violence. So today I'm going to enlighten you on what domestic violence is and the various laws that are, governing domestic violence. So now, what is domestic violence? So domestic violence is a pattern of behavior in any relationship that is used to gain or maintain power or control over an intimate partner. So now, we have, according to Section 18 of the Protection Against Domestic Violence Law of Lagos State, 2007, it defines domestic violence to mean a physical abuse, sexual abuse, exploitation, including but not limited to rape, incest, and sexual assault, starvation, emotional, verbal, and psychological abuse, denial of basic education, intimidation, harassment, stalking, hazardous attack, including acid, both with offensive and poisonous substance, damage to property, among others. So that is the definition given by Protection Against Domestic Violence Law of Lagos State. So now I would like to, talk to you about I would like to give you more details about domestic violence. So we need to understand that domestic violence can take any form. Just like I said earlier, like I made mention of physical, emotional, psychological. So domestic violence can take any form. It can be physical, it can be emotional, it can be economic, it can be psychological action that, influences another person. So anyone can actually be a victim of domestic violence, regardless of their race, their age, their sex, or their religious belief. So, and it's not only limited to men or women. So just like I said, even a child can actually be a victim of domestic violence, and any other household member. But in most cases, domestic violence is often manifested in intimate relationship, be it dating or marriage. So I'll be giving you a brief explanation on those types of domestic violence and the signs you need to watch out for. So now we have emotional abuse. So what is emotional abuse? This is when someone undermines your self-worth by constantly criticizing you, calling either by using verbal words to insult you in the presence of others, so as to damage your personality. So this is when, someone constantly criticizes you. Like someone does not even see any good thing about you. It's always the bad side. He or she is always using to criticize you. In order to damage your personality. And the person is not even doing it to you in a closed door. He's doing it publicly, embarrassing you in the front of everybody. So that is emotional abuse. Now, how do you recognize an emotional abuser? He or she will actually intimidate or threaten you to gain compliance. Such a person will embarrass you, monitors your daily activities, just like want to know who you are with, where you are going to, what you are doing at the moment. The person wants to know every single thing about you. And also the person will not, it will not give you the affection you deserve. Or even, the person might even try to control your finances. And he or she might even try to, prevent you from working, or he might even try to isolate you from your family members. So that is the signs you need to watch out for an emotional abuser. So we have psychological abuse. That one, it involves causing fear by intimidation or threats. And just like I said, it's kind of similar to emotional abuse. Psychological abuse is similar to emotional abuse. So We also have another one. We have financial abuse. This involves taking full control of a person's financial resources by not giving the person access to his or her money. You know, there are some people that they just want to be in charge of your financial resources. Like, they don't care if your needs, like if you need money for something, they just want to be in charge of your salary. They want to be in charge of everything. They want to know how much you are earning. So those people, they are financial abusers. You need to run from them. So we have physical abuse. That one is the most common one among all that I have mentioned. You know, so many times you read news, you hear that a man stabbed, or a woman stabbed the husband, or a man stabbed the wife, or you even hear that a man eats the woman, or a woman eats the man with harmful objects and all. So, you know, just like I've explained, like I've given instances of physical abuse. So now I want to explain it very well, that it involves a person physically hurting another by eating the person, burning the person, you know, and that can even not be like, it's not compulsory that it's direct. Physical abuse is not compulsory that it's actually direct in nature. It can be like a person can just get angry and then drive recklessly just to scare you. So you get, it's an example of physical abuse. So we have sexual abuse. This involves forcing a person to have sex without his or her own free will. And it is sexual abuse when your partner accuses you of cheating, when in the actual sense you are not cheating. So know that it is sexual abuse. It is also sexual abuse when someone forces you to have sex or manipulates you into having sex. It is also sexual abuse when someone gets you into sexual talks or calls you sexual names, you know, in an offensive manner, so as to, you know, get you to have sex with the person. So it is also sexual abuse when someone eats you with an object so that he or she can actually have sex with you. So another form of abuse is stalking. That is when someone is constantly calling you, like, you know, this person is the only thing this person is after is, you know, the person is just after your body, or after, and he's just constantly calling you or sending gifts because you want to have stuff to do with you. So we have various laws on domestic violence, but because of our time, I will just talk to you about few of them. So we have the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So Section 34 provides that every person is entitled to his or her dignity, and a person should not be subjected to any degrading treatment. So that's what the Constitution states as regards, you know, domestic violence. So we also have another law, which is Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act 2015. And this Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act 2015 is applicable to states like Bauchi, Enugu, Kaduna, or your state. So, according to Section 19 of that act, it states that a person who batters his or her spouse is liable to an imprisonment not exceeding 3 years or 200,000 naira fine, or even both. So the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act also make provisions for someone who attempts, you know, if you attempt to cause violence towards another person, such person is liable to imprisonment of not more than 1 year and 100,000 naira fine, or even both. It also made provision for a person who aids, who incites, who abates, or who counsels another person to commit domestic violence. So such a person is liable to not more than a year imprisonment or 100,000 naira, or both. So now, Protection Against Domestic Violence of Lagos State. That's another law that talks about domestic violence. So that one, Section 1 provides that no person shall commit violence against any person under the law. So for further research on this topic, you can read Ekiti State Gender-Based Violence Prohibition Law. You can read Cross River Domestic Violence Maltreatment of Widows Prohibition Law 2014. So now the question a lot of you want to ask me is that, what do you do if you fall victim of domestic violence, or you know someone who is a victim? First of all, if you know someone who is a victim, the best thing is for you to try to get closer to the person and allow the person to be free to confide in you. And if you are a victim, you need to know the sign. That's number one thing. Know the signs. Just like I've explained earlier, that we have physical abuse, emotional, and all that. So you need to know the signs. And when you know the signs, think about the effects of those signs on you and your kids if you are married. And if maybe you're in a relationship, just think about the effects. Think about the emotional effects. Think about the physical effects. Think about the psychological effects on you. And also, if you are a spiritual person, you can pray about it. Especially if you are married, you can actually pray about it. I believe that there is nothing God cannot do, just like everyone knows. So you can pray about it. You can get a counselor to counsel you on matters like that. And if you can also get medical treatment if you are hurt. You can get medical treatment, and you can also confide in someone. Please speak out. The best thing for you is always bad when you are being physically abused or emotionally abused or psychologically abused and you keep it to yourself. So speak out, confide in someone, and also seek support system. There are various support systems in Nigeria, so seek support system. And if you feel that this thing, you cannot take it again, the best thing for you to do is to file a divorce. Get a lawyer to file a divorce for you. So now, forget the stigma. Forget the religious sentiment attached to divorce, and also run for your life. The best is for you to run for your life. Remember that trauma may happen to you, but it can never define you. And our wounds are a source of growth. The fact that you survived the abuse definitely means that you're going to survive the recovery. So if you take a bold step today, you can actually help yourself out of the situation. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learned one thing or the other from this video. Remember, no one is immune to domestic violence. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also like and share our videos. Till we see next time, I remain Damilola Adesoya Esquire.